the past few days, fans around the world have been talking non-stop about Jungkook and Taehyung's surprising meeting at the military base. Just imagine, Jungkook, who came without an escort, without any notice, as if he just showed up at the barracks where Taehyung was on duty. Taehyung's reaction, full of surprise and deep emotion, seemed to hint that there was more hidden behind this meeting. What was really going on? What was happening behind the scenes? Those questions continued to haunt many people. After days of silence that only made the curiosity worse, Taehyung finally spoke up. What did he reveal? Did Jungkook's visit have something to do with BTS's future? Or was there something more personal and deeper that the public had never known before? Hold on, because Taehyung's revelation could change the way we see this event, and perhaps reveal something bigger. Let's rewind for a moment to the event that started all this commotion. Jungkook suddenly appeared at the military base, without an escort, without Hybe staff, without any official notice. Wearing all black, a mask, and a hat that covered part of his face, he seemed to be trying to keep a low profile. As soon as Taehyung saw him, his expression immediately changed. Not only surprised, but also looked worried. Some witnesses even said that Taehyung immediately asked Jungkook something, who only replied with a short answer, before the two shared a meaningful hug. And from then on, rumors began to grow, getting wilder. What exactly did Jungkook say to Taehyung? Why did Taehyung's expression suddenly change, from surprise to serious, and looked so deep in thought after the meeting? Curious armies immediately searched for clues, until finally Taehyung himself spoke up. In a brief conversation with his friends, he revealed, "I didn't expect him to come," Taehyung said, with a tone full of honesty. But it wasn't just Jungkook's arrival that surprised him. There was something else that was even more surprising. "I know he cares, but I didn't expect him to come this far without an escort," he continued. "I was worried that something bad would happen to him." It was clear that Taehyung was more worried about Jungkook's safety than his visit. Given Jungkook's status as a global superstar, traveling without an escort was certainly risky. But there was something even more surprising. What did Jungkook say at that time? "There was something he said that made me think a lot. I can't reveal it now, but it means a lot to me," Taehyung said, with a serious face. Instantly, curiosity grew. What did Jungkook really say? Several theories began to emerge. Did Jungkook come to tell something important about BTS's future? Was there a big change in their plans after military service? Or was this a very deep personal message that only the two of them could understand after years of being together? Some fans speculated that this visit might be part of a big surprise to come. Was this a hint at BTS's next era? No one knows for sure, but one thing is clear. Taehyung is not ready to reveal all the secrets. And another big question, why did Jungkook come without an escort? Usually, a celebrity like Jungkook has tight security, especially when going to a place like a military base. Why did he come alone, without any staff accompanying him? When asked about it, Taehyung just smiled and said, "That's Jungkook." That short response seemed to give us an idea that Jungkook's actions were not ordinary. He followed his heart, even if it meant breaking the norm or taking a big risk. Still, there are lingering questions in the minds of fans. Was there such a great urgency that Jungkook felt compelled to come alone? And Taehyung's change in attitude after the meeting, was it just a coincidence? Some soldiers at the base said that Taehyung seemed quieter than usual, seemingly deep in thought after the meeting. After that, he was quieter. "I don't know what was on his mind, but it was definitely not a regular meeting," said one of his friends. It could be that what Jungkook said was so profound that Taehyung couldn't stop thinking about it. Fans are eagerly awaiting answers. Will Taehyung or Jungkook reveal more? Will Hybe release an official statement? Clearly, this was not just a regular visit. There was something much bigger behind it, something that even Taehyung himself is not ready to reveal. So what really happened? Was this a real visit or just a media ploy to gain attention? In this fast-paced entertainment world, we are often presented with dramatic news that makes us wonder, did it really happen or was it just part of a strategy to create sensation? Some fans felt that Jungkook's visit was a spontaneous act, proof of a genuine friendship. However, there were also those who began to question several things. Why did Jungkook come without an escort? As a global superstar, there are usually strict security protocols, especially when visiting public places such as military bases. How could he just enter? Did he get special permission from the military? If so, why? Why was Toon so emotional? Some felt that Toon's reaction was too much for just a normal reunion. Was this a real surprise? Or was there a scenario that had been prepared beforehand? With these questions, it is no wonder that many fans began to doubt whether this event really happened naturally, or was there a big plan hidden behind it? Was this part of HYBE's strategy to keep BTS in the spotlight during their hiatus? If this is indeed a marketing strategy, then it is a very clever move. Fans remain engaged, the media continues to report on BTS, and the public's attention continues to be focused on them. However, it is also possible that this is all real, that Jungkook really came as a friend, with no hidden agenda, just to show his support. However, in the entertainment industry, the line between reality and something scripted is often blurred. That is why, as fans, we must think critically and not just believe every story that comes. This debate will continue, and only time will reveal the real truth. Until then, we can only observe and find out the real facts behind this mysterious visit. After days of silencing the curiosity of fans, Toon finally decided to speak up more deeply about the meeting. I can't say much about it, but for sure, it really means something, Toon said in a serious tone that showed how profound the meeting was. His words only added to the mystery, as if he was still guarding something bigger. Fans who have been waiting for an answer for a long time are even more curious, whether this was just part of a normal conversation between two friends, or was there a stronger message that Jungkook wanted to convey to Toon? Even after the statement, many still wonder whether this is just a coincidence or whether there is a much more mature plan behind all of this. Given BTS's global status, it is almost impossible for a big event like this to happen without any calculation or consideration from HYBE. Is this part of a marketing strategy to make fans more connected with BTS during their hiatus? Or is this a personal move, which even makes many people nervous? Jungkook coming without an escort, without staff, and without further notice remains the biggest question. How could a global superstar like him travel without security? Isn't that a big risk? Even if we look at it from the perspective of Jungkook and Toon's strong friendship, there is an element that remains confusing. Why are there so many calculations that are not revealed? There is a sense of curiosity that seems to be hidden behind Jungkook's every step. So what really happened? Was this a spontaneous and emotional moment between two long-lost friends? Or was it part of a bigger ploy to keep BTS popular? One thing is for sure, this meeting has made many people wonder and think deeper about the relationship between Jungkook and Toon. It is now up to the fans to conclude whether this is real or just part of a bigger plan hatched by a bigger party. The answers to all these questions may eventually be revealed in the future, but for now, we can only wait and see. Only time will tell us the answers to this very emotional meeting. What do you think? Is this real or just part of a bigger plan? Feel free to leave your thoughts in the comments section, and let's discuss together.
They don't wanna see me make it, they don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can